pharmacy owners, Dr. Lisa Faast here from DiversifyRx and Pharmacy Badass University. I got a great question from Galaxy Pharmacy down in Houston today, and it's one that comes up from time to time about pharmacy management systems. Now, he had a very specific question about wanting a cloud-based PMS software that does long-term care and retail and a lot of different things. And I felt it was a very good question. Your PMS system is the backbone of your pharmacy. It's the technology that you literally touch every second of every day that your pharmacy is open. And so you should love your PMS system. I get asked all the time, what is the best PMS system? And unfortunately, there is not just one magic bullet answer that I can share with you. It is something, because it's so ingrained in your pharmacy operations, that you really should see, touch, play with, use a lot of different systems to figure out which one is right for you. Could be the way it works, could be the buttons it uses, does it use a mouse, does it use a keyboard? There's lots of things that sometimes the tiniest little thing is what makes the difference on why you choose a PMS and not the really big things. So in general, if you're wondering about what the best PMS system is, I don't think there is just one that is best. There's a lot that are good. But to get back to Galaxy's questions about cloud-based, you might be like, okay, I understand the cloud. Things are, somewhere around, in the world, data. What's the benefit of having a cloud-based PMS system? So for those of you that own a pharmacy and have probably what a normal or traditional PMS system, you have a server rack somewhere, something that's metal and it holds like this long, flat, like computer looking thing. That's your server. That's what the program, the PMS is on. That's the brains behind the system. Now, if that server were to get hit by lightning, be flooded, go haywire or something, you no longer have your PMS system. The difference with the cloud base is just like when you save your Google Photos to Google or Amazon Photos to Amazon or something like that, is your system is not physically in your location. It's connected through the internet, through the web. And so you don't have to maintain that server. It generally is easier to access your PMS system. So, when you're on the go, maybe you travel a lot, maybe you go between different locations. There's lots of reasons that a cloud-based system might be better for you. And so when he asked about a cloud-based system that also does a lot of different modules for a lot of different types of pharmacies, really, my one answer was RX Blue. RXBLU is how they spell it. Vince and Ron and just the entire team over there. It's a pretty small, tight-knit team. They're brilliant when it comes to computer stuff. And because it's cloud-based, kind of one of the benefits of that too is updates and changes and things like that can happen practically instantaneously. They get the little coders or developers or whatever in there, change it, bada bing, bada boom, save, and it's boom, your system is saved because it's that doesn't have to go to your server. You don't have to update your server, those kinds of things. So if you're into that, or you're looking for a PMS system, I'm certainly not saying RX Blue is the magic bullet that's going to solve all your problems, but it is definitely a good PMS system. And there's other really great PMS systems out there too. And I think it's highly important that you touch and feel with them, you play with them, practice filling a prescription on them, go visit a pharmacy that uses them. This is definitely worth taking some time of both investment and of your time and money and energy to get right. If you pick the wrong PMS system, it can drag down your entire pharmacy. I'm just going to say it. And it's not necessarily because one is better than the other. Many of these, at least the top tier systems, they all have very similar functionalities. They all can do, tick the same boxes and that kind of thing. Some of them certainly have some differences. And, maybe those of you that are compounders or want a provider portal or those kinds of things, there's certainly some of those outlier needs that maybe not all systems fulfill. But if you're a typical kind of retail long-term care, most systems are going to do most of what you need. But does your brain get it, right? There's some systems that are great that I just can't figure it out. My brain, it's like using a PC instead of a Mac. It's, sometimes your brain just gets one or the other. Also, don't just pick what you like. You may not be the one that's using it all the time. I know when I started my pharmacy from scratch, of course, I was typing and refilling and doing everything myself, but certainly that is not where it stayed. As we grew to, 40 employees and, millions of dollars in revenue, I was not using the system as much. So if you already have employees, I think it's really important that you get their buy-in. Let them play with it. Let them, figure out how to do a report. Let them see if they can intuitively figure it out. Is their brain more Mac or more Android kind of thing? And you only get that by experiencing and trying different things. So that's probably one of the most popular questions that I get. If you are looking for a cloud-based system, and there certainly are, like I said, pluses on why you might want to. RxBlue is a fantastic cloud-based system. And if you look at all of them, we have tons of the pharmacy softwares at our Pharmacy Profit Summit. So if you're a pharmacy owner or thinking of going into pharmacy ownership, we have our Pharmacy Profit Summit coming up at the end of March 23rd and 24th in Dallas. That would be a great time to go and be able to play and look and see all the things that the PMS softwares can do. We'll have, usually between 8 to 10 there. There's usually a nice healthy bunch. And so you'll get a really great variety from some of the best PMS companies that you can have for your pharmacy. So if you don't have your tickets, make sure to get your ticket, because we do sell out and I cannot magically make new seats. I get emails like that every year. Can you squeeze one more in? I am limited by the fire marshal. The fire marshal in Dallas is very strict, and I cannot have more people than what they say I can have. So hopefully to answer some questions for you. If you have any questions about PMS or anything else to do with pharmacy ownership, feel free to pop it in the comments below. I'm happy to help, and have a great, fantastic day today. Hopefully you're not getting buried in snow, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.